Good morning, boys, and welcome to Friday, December 18th. It's Friday. It's Friday. We have made it through another fun, very busy week, and I'm so proud of you. All right, so let's start our day in prayer. Fold our hands and bow our heads. Dear God, if I were a shepherd, I'd bring him a lamb. If I were a wise man, I'd do my part. But what can I bring, baby Jesus? I'll give him my heart. Amen. Good job. All right, let's get our flag. Hands over our hearts. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. See the colors in the flag, in the flag, in the flag. See the colors in the flag, they're red, white, and blue. All right, let's put our flag back. All right, so I have, look at this guy, another N-word, Norwal. Norwal, is that how you say it, Norwal? I don't know, Mommy will probably know. It's probably books that you have. My guys didn't have books about him, so I think it's Narwhal. But you let me know if I'm wrong about that. Okay, but that's another N word. That's why I wanted to tell you that, because this is the last day that we're going to talk about N. We're going to, of course, learn about N throughout the whole school year. But today we are finishing up our study of N. This is capital N for our friend Nathan, and this is lowercase n. All right, and the things that begin with N, we can look up here. We can look at our nest, we can look at our nuts, our newspaper, our net, and our number 9. And of course, our nativity are all N words. And here's my favorite globe. I'm just gonna wind it for a little while. Make sure we get a lot of snow in there. Isn't it beautiful, boys? Such a special scene about Joseph and Mary and beautiful baby Jesus. Okie dokie. So today is all about one of my favorite things, and that is the candy cane. Now, problem with this candy cane is it is fruit flavored, Rooty Tooty Fruity, so you can't see the green, the red and white like a common candy cane like this. So this is what we're going to be making today. But when I saw you in class last, I gave you and your brothers one of these yummy, so good, one of these candy canes. And guess what? When you get your Christmas presents from me, there's going to be more candy canes on there. Right, Santa? Good morning, Santa, with your red hat and your red nose and your red cheeks. All right, boys, let's jump in. We have a bit of work to do today because we're going to be putting things in order. And that's going to be this sheet right here. So we're going to be doing some coloring and some cutting. And then we're going to talk about holiday candles and which look alike. And this, I have to tell you, boys, I've been doing this worksheet for a long time. Your brothers did this. This is a tricky worksheet, so we're really going to have to put our thinking caps on. And then we have a beautiful painting page. And look at all that glitter. Woo, I love glitter. So instead of using glitter, we're going to use that glitter paint that your mom and dad are just loving Miss Sheila for. So let's get started. Let's start with our cutting. All right, so our job is we have 4 rectangles and we're going to have to cut them out. I think it's easiest to cut around the outside. Okay, so there's our 4 rectangles, and go ahead and then just cut them. Now, the trick to making candy canes is that every other section on your candy cane, you skip. Unless you want to do a Rooty Tooty Fruity candy cane, which you can, doesn't matter to me. But when we're making our candy canes, let's start with the little one. And you can see it in here that we have white and then red, white and then red, white and then red. So we have to skip every other one. So you know what helps me when I'm doing my candy canes? Wherever I'm going to start, if I'm going to do this white, I'm going to put a little circle here that's going to be red. I'm going to do white and then a little mark here that's going to be red. Then white and a little mark here that's going to be red. So I know when I go back and I color, that where I put those little marks is where I'm going to be coloring my red. And then this is the last one that I would be coloring. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to go through your 4 rectangles and you have to color your candy canes. Now, here's the trick. If you want to do it Rooty Tooty Fruity, you can go ahead and do that, but you have to do it with all of them. So whatever candy cane you decide to do, whether it's white or red, or it's Rooty Tooty Fruity, like these guys, you have to start with your full candy cane, and then you have to work down to your last candy cane, which would be this little guy, after our friend the mouse is eating his candy cane. All right, so then after you decide what you're doing, and you color your candy canes, use your marker or your crayons. Then I gave you this paper like this. Actually, it looks like this. You can't see any of the pictures. All right, and then you're going to decide the order of your candy canes. All right, now, of course, I did this upside down as I'm looking at it. This is how we end. So we're going to switch this around. This is going to be your first picture. You have a whole candy cane. Okay? Then our mouse friend just took a little bite out of our candy cane. And look at his little cheeks, how full they are. He's chomping on that candy cane. And he's ending with just a little bit of candy cane left. So that's going to be your job. And we're going to switch it around because Miss Sheila clearly was not putting her thinking cap on. This is first, second, third, and fourth are last. So that is going to be the order of your candy canes. So we're cutting first. We're coloring, deciding whether we want to do a white and red candy cane or a Rooty Tooty Fruity candy cane. Or I don't know if you guys like blueberry candy canes. It's your creation. Go for it. But whatever you decide on our first one, you have to keep with that color theme all through the 4 of them. All right, so cut, color, put them in order, and then glue them on with your glue stick. Good job with our candy canes. Okay, when Santa fills my stocking, I wish that I could peek, but Santa never ever comes until I'm fast asleep. That's for sure, because, man, do I stay up and try to see him, and it does not work. Do you know Santa's so quiet that he doesn't even wake up my dogs? And my dogs wake up when the wind blows. So he must have a lot of practice at this because he doesn't even wake them up. He is super duper quiet. All right, so let's move on to our holiday candles. Let's put our name on the top. I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to use green. I've been using red all month. Let's put our name on the top. There we go. So holiday candles. Let's see. Holiday candles. Look at the patterns on the holiday candles and put an X on the 2 candles in each row that have the same pattern. Super tricky. So let's stop right here. I wiggle my fingers. I wiggle my toes. I wiggle my shoulders, I wiggle my nose. Now all the wiggles are out of me, and I'm as still can be. Because you know, you have to get those wiggles out of you and get your juices flowing, put your thinking cap on. You can do this. All right, so let's find our number one. Our numbers are down here. Let's find our number one. And let's look at these patterns on the candles and decide the two that look alike. So in the first row, we have the first candle. The lines go horizontally. All right, and it looks like this candle has kind of like a crinkly pattern on it, like a cracked pattern. This candle looks like it has horizontal lines. And the last candle looks like their lines are diagonal. So they're going from high to low. So in number one, with our directions of putting an X on the two candles in each row that have the same pattern, I would put an X on these two candles. And let's move down to number two. Find your number two. And let's look at these patterns. I see this candle has diamonds on it. And this candle is kind of like a lattice, like a crisscross X's. This candle looks like it has maybe some flowers, a poinsettia on it. And then this candle looks like a lattice, a crisscross. So in number two, if I had to pick the two candles that were alike, which two candles would we pick, boys? I spied this candle and this candle looking the same. So I would take my marker or my crayon and I would put an X on those two candles. All right, and I'm going to let you take some time to do number three and number four. I'm going to let you take some time, and I'm going to be back in a minute, and we're going to talk about those two. Those two. So do number three and number four. Doing our best work. Thinking caps on. Look away. Are the lines going down? Are they going across? Are they going diagonal? Are they like lattice, crisscross? And looking at number four, different patterns, darker patterns, lighter patterns. Okay, so hopefully you were able to figure out which two candles were like. If you didn't do it, you don't have enough time, then just pause the video and then come back. All right, so our number three, it looks like we have lines going up and down. And it looks like there's a darker line, then some clear. I almost want to say a really thin line. And then this candle has one dark line in the middle and a couple thin lines on the outside. And this one has two dark lines and a little thin line in the middle. And this one is diagonal. This is going this way. So boys, which did you decide are the two candles that look the same in number three? My guess is going to be these two candles. Did we pick the same ones? Good, very good. All right, let's look at number four. All right, it looks like there's more white than black here, and it looks like they're ovals, little ovals. And then the next looks like circles, but they're connected. They're touching each other, so it's a really interesting pattern. But I see a lot more black and then just a little bit of white. This candle looks like dots. And then this candle again looks like circles that are touching each other. I see a lot of black in the background and then a little bit of white. So what is your answer for number four? What are the two candles that you thought looked alike in number four? Okay, this is my answer. I think these two look alike. Did we have the same answer? All right, I think this was a little bit tricky. We really had to look at this to decide. So I hope that you did your best work. I'm sure that you did. And if you got a different answer, go back and look at the pictures again and see if you change your mind. All right, so excellent work. Good job, boys. Okay, so let's get our paints out. We're gonna do some painting. Again, this picture, I colored this, but I want you guys to paint. But this picture, I used the red and white candy cane. And you don't have to do that. If you want to use a Rudy Tutti Frutti, if you want to do blue, white, if you want to do yellow, white, there's all different kinds of candy canes. Do you know, I even saw a candy cane that was green and white because it was pickle flavored. I don't know how I feel about that, but I would try it because I love pickles. But so you can do this any color you want. This is the holly, this is the leaves, and then this is the beautiful, there's a bow in there, and maybe that's a bell or a berry, I'm not sure, but there's berries here. So you can use your glitter paint and use that on here if you'd like. So again, up to you how we're doing our candy cane. What flavor you want to do it. I have seen them all. I guess you guys have too. I have seen them all. But I think I like the Rudy Tutti Frutti the best. I do like peppermint though. And peppermint is usually the classic colors of red and white. So this is a paper that you're going to be painting. All right. I do not know if I glued this on for you. If I didn't glue it on, then you're going to have to glue it onto your construction paper. If I cut this out like this, then you just have to put some glue on the back, go around the edges and glue that on. If I didn't and I just gave it to you like this, then you're gonna put glue on the four ends and then one in the middle, and then you can start your painting. All right, so recap of our day. We're going to put our little mouse guy, we're going to cut him out. We're going to decide what kind of candy cane we are making, and we're going to start coloring. And whatever we decide, we're going to use on all four of them. And then we are going to use this piece of paper that I gave you, connected already. And we're going to put our candy canes in order. And this is going to be our first candy cane, and I will give you a hint that this is going to be our last candy cane because this is the one he munched on all the way down to almost nothing. So we're going to put those four in order, and then we're going to have a decoration like this. Then we're going to, went back and we did our holiday candles, and then we're going to have some fun painting and using glitter to do our candy cane painting picture. All right, boys, so it's Friday. So have an awesome weekend, and we're going to be back next week, and I'm going to do a lesson on the first day of winter because Monday is the first day of winter. And then we're going to do, I think one day is going to be gingerbread, and I'm not sure about the other day. It'll be a surprise to me too. So I will see you back here on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.